but usually the YouTube stream is a little bit less convenient, and you get to see a little bit less there to try to push you into suit platform. The suit platform honestly works quite well depending on where you are, though. I know that in some places in Europe you can have some really bad routing to the suit platform. Things can be a little bit awkward there, but for the most part it should be fine. It should be fine. Meanwhile, though, we are settling into our grand finals. Here we go. We're jumping in and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss. It is a creator. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is? It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into said best of 5. Get your Gamba going while you can. I see Zetecone in the chat, 007, Getcha as well. Canoya, good morning, buenos dias. I'm assuming good morning and you didn't stay up. Este Canoya, take care of yourself, papi, take care of yourself. When it comes to when we'll be covering day 1 of GSL, it'll most likely, looking at our schedule, most likely next week. Yeah, it would most likely be next week. So again, if you can't wait that long, I do recommend checking out the live stream, right? You know, they have their own studio, they have their own audience as well, right? You get to see the players in the player cams, so it's a, you know, it's a bit of a higher quality experience watching it live. Definitely worth supporting the main stream whenever that does occur, over on YouTube or over on Soup. But otherwise, we're settling in. Otherwise, we're settling into said grand finals. We have our Gate Cyber Expand here at of Creator, standard opener. Likewise, ByuN across the map going for its own Rax Expand economic opener at a ByuN, standard opener at a Creator. Now, Creator, he does like to mix things up quite a bit here in this matchup. If you have been watching Creator as of late, one, we've been casting a lot of him because Creator has been very active. He has been grinding hard when it comes to online tournaments, and Creator, he's very fond of mixing in robo openers. It is quite rare. It is a rare sight. Robo openers are hyper safe, and they're a very niche opener amongst the pro scene, amongst players like Max Packs and Hero and Classic. They go into robo openers every now and then. I would say the Creator does embrace robo play more often than others, more often than maybe anyone else out there. This time though, Twilight Council. We expect a robo on some of the smaller maps like Persephone, like Torches, like Ultra Love as well, is what I would say. But this time, Twilight Council. Twilight Council opener at a Creator. From here, we'll see how many gateways he throws down. From here, we can go up to 2 gate blink, 3 gate blink, or 4 gate blink Stalker. He could take his gases for a faster robo. He could skip his gases for a faster third base. There are different ways to go about this. Meanwhile, the Adept does get across the map, takes on 1 Marine. 1 Marine does fall, as the Adept is going to be chased down. Will escape. Adept does get away. ByuN behind this, getting into his own 1-1-1. Interesting. So no add-on on the factory. Goes into reactor Marine production, most likely Hellion into Widowmine, into Marine Widowmine drop. ByuN with a bit of a more committed drop here. This is he's quite fond of it. It is quite common amongst the Korean Terran players. I'm referring to ByuN, I'm referring to Bunny, and I'm referring to Maru. Oh, never mind. I assumed it was going to be Hellion into Widowmine. It's going to be Hellion into Hellion. Okay. You have my attention. All right, ByuN. Let's go. Let us go. So we're going for what looks to be a Hellion drop. Of course, 3 Hellions, they can one-shot workers. Adept say third in the shade, but last Creator, he is in the dark. He does not see what's going on. Behind this, he's throwing down extra gateways. We have 1 gate in the main, we have 2 gates at the natural, so 3 gate blink out of Creator. A very safe play. Should be 3 gate blink into a third base. Remember, the gases have not been taken, so we're not going for the earlier robo and the earlier bay. At least we shouldn't. Yep, there's a third. So a very safe and economic opener here by Creator. Meanwhile, Widowmine, oh sorry, Hellion drop towards the natural. Get 3 Hellions, they can one-shot, they can and they will. As they do unload. Oof. They have to line up their shots. There we go, 2 probes going down, he gets 2. Ooh, they line up, he gets 5. Oh no! Oh my god, he gets 6. He gets 6 workers, they'll save 2 of them and does get, oh, he comes back for more, gets 7. He pulls out. ByuN does pull out 7 workers. He pulls out for a moment, he pulls back in, he wants more. He wants more, and he, oh my god, almost does get it. Yeah, barely does. 10 probes. Ay, ay, ay. This is getting out of hand, back. is getting out of hand here as Hellions, they pop off in the main. They should be finally cleaned up. Only 10, I mean, they will stop at 10, but 10 is still a hefty amount of workers. And now Creator, he has to counterattack back at home because of the reactor Hellion production means that tank production was delayed, but there's one tank on the high ground. Tank fully goes up, and Creator, he should be zoned back. It's going to be forced away from the ramp. Does take down one depot. Takes down a depot. Not much more than that. Creator is still being active. He's not finding a way in. The tanks, they cover the bases. Stim is on the way, and ByuN is secure. And I would say that ByuN is in a better position here. Bearing in mind the Creator, he's up a base. Creator, he should have a higher probe count. He should be up heavily here in economy, but he is not. So I say he's up. He should be up. He should be ahead. Alas, has to catch up instead. Creator falling back. Oh, not Storm. Going into Colossus. Going into the Bay. Going into the Forge. Going into +1. Colossus production on the horizon. So players are setting up. Settling in. Here we go. I feel like Creator isn't super dead. Creator, he is in a rough economic position. There are ways to recover from this, of course, but the pressure is on Creator to recover. So here we go. Bearing in mind that because of Creator's economic opener, like, he is able to recover economically and rebuild his workers, but that does mean that his army is going to be suffering as a result. ByuN, he's getting ready for his push, and we'll see if Creator can survive this. Now, he will have one Colossus. Second Colossus is on the way. Likewise, he does knock down the tower, so he's going to give himself this buffer zone here to give himself more time, as ByuN is getting ready for his push. Sim is finishing combat shields as well. Third TC is already on the way here for ByuN. And we'll see when he does decide to move out. Meanwhile, auto turrets here towards the natural. Getting 3 probes. Getting 3 more workers. Forcing a cancel on the shield battery. Main army is moving in. And again, you can see how bare bones this army is for Creators. Charge is not done. Oh, God. And charge still not done. If charge was complete, then maybe he can pull off this defense, but this is going to be a brutal hold. And again, a lot of this thanks to the Hellion harass earlier. ByuN knocks down those rocks. ByuN is pushing in. And it's not going to be easy. We can see Creator trying to set up a flank. ByuN goes to the stim. The tanks are a little bit far back here. So really safe setup here by ByuN. He wants a Colossus. Oh, he gets it. Yeah, he does get it. First Colossus goes down. Stalkers are coming from behind. They focus on one of the tanks, but only one tank. And ByuN, he will overwhelm. He will completely shut down this army. The Zealots, the Stalkers, and the Colossi. There's one Colossus left. Micring his heart out, doing what he can. He gets dragged into tank fire. And ByuN has done it. ByuN, he has done it. He has broken the third. GG gets called, and ByuN takes game number 1. Whew. GG. ByuN does take a lead, and ByuN does gain momentum. We'll see if Creator can bounce back. Again, it was just a really rough start for Creator. Once again, just to re-emphasize all that economic damage. Remember, Creator, he did open up 3 gates into a 3rd Nexus, so he was able to rebuild workers. But remember, the purpose of his build was to gain an economic lead. That was the purpose of delaying his gases and going for the fast Nexus. Unfortunately, because of all that economic damage, it meant that he didn't have the lead that he otherwise would have wanted. He had to play catch-up instead, and that delayed everything else. It delayed his army supply, it delayed his army supply, delayed his tech, delayed his upgrades, specifically charge, of course. GG. GG, well played. So with that, ByuN does snowball into the win. And now we're getting into game number 2, and we're hoping that Creator can tighten things up early on and make a series out of this. Have it back and forth. Let's go. Let us go. So we're getting into game number 2. And to be fair to Creator, the Hellion drop opener is very unorthodox. It's not very standard, is maybe a better way of putting it. So we don't really expect to see that again. And we would expect to see Creator have a bit of a sturdier start to the game coming into the mid game. Let's go there. Let's go. We're going to be loading into ley lines for game number 2. And spawning in the bottom hand corner of ley lines, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can recover and make a series out of this. It is a creator. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion, leading the series 1-0. It is ByuN. Here we go. Hello, SCV. Let's go. As ByuN, he's very fond of this. He is moving out with the eBay block. So the SCV is being sent across the map. It should be sneaking up on the base and should be throwing down that engineering bay. We'll see if Creator is able to get eyes on this ahead of time and deny the eBay before it's forced to expand elsewhere. So ByuN being cheeky. Does move in. Oh, my apologies. I assumed he was going across the map to try to block, but no. We have a 2-rack setup instead. One at home, one across the map. I believe this usually coincides... Oh, good. Never mind. I was going to say this coincides with a bunker behind the mineral line to deny mining, but Creator, he's on top of this. He scouts everything. He did check the southern location first, but then the northern location. And he does find ByuN, and he will force a cancel. So just like that, Creator with a much stronger start this time. There's a Nexus, SV Scout coming in, and again, this Rax will not complete. And hopefully we get a cancel soon so that ByuN can start up his CC back at home. Again, he does need those funds. As you have ByuN getting in position, there's a cancel, and there's a command center. So it is going to be an economic opener here by ByuN. He does waste resources, or does lose resources when it comes to the Rax, when it comes to the cancel. But now we can settle in. ByuN and Maru using Hellion drops, they've added together perhaps. They are good friends. It is known that Maru and ByuN, I would say, when I say good friends, I might even go as far as say they're best friends. Like they're really close. They're really close. They might not practice together, but they probably discuss the game a lot together. Fun fact, I say that, ByuN and Creator, also really good friends. We actually spoke about this last night when talking about Hero, Shin, and Bunny, how they're the ex-CJ boys and they often do hang out quite often together outside of the game. And it is similar with ByuN, Creator, and Maru. If you're an old school fan of StarCraft, you would know that ByuN, Creator, and Maru, they all used to be on Prime together. They were all on Prime, and that friendship has persisted over the years. And they also have their own like clique, like they have their own like friend group where they hang out a lot outside of the game as well. Of course, in recent times, ByuN and Creator have been going on hikes together. I say hikes, have been, you know, touching grass and climbing mountains. Let's go. It's really cool to see. I thought Innovation and ByuN are best friends. Different dynamic. ByuN is a big Innovation fan, but they're not close friends like ByuN is with Creator or ByuN is with Maru. So different kind of dynamic. Where ByuN idolized Innovation a little bit more from afar, less so than actually like being like close friends, if that makes sense. So different kind of relationship. But yes, ByuN is a big Innovation fan, or was a big Innovation fan. Take a hike, yes. Crazy. Oh. As from here, we do have a Creator opening up once again 3-gate blink, so standard opener. 3-gate blink. This time gas. This time he does go for a gas geyser, and he does go for a robo before the expansion. So this is a different variation of 3-gate blink than we saw last game. This time he's going for a later expansion, faster robo, which also means faster Colossus production, potentially. So this is a safer start out of Creator, less economic. Meanwhile, ByuN back at home, just calming down and getting to his own 3-1 setup here. This screams 2-base all in. Uh-oh. Sorry, I was a little bit engrossed talking about friend groups and talking about the Korean scene. But we have a 3-rack setup here. Factory, insanely late starport. Basically, what's happening here is that we delay the starport in favor of stim, in favor of really early second racks, really early tech lab, really early stim timing into really fast +1 attack. And this is going to be a very strong assault here with combat shield, stim, +1. And with this, we can pull the boys. We can pull the boys here. Now, ByuN, he might push without medevacs, or he might wait for the starport, then go for 2 medevacs, and then move out. Like, there are different ways to go about this, but regardless, this looks insanely committed. Now, Creator, he does poke in. He is aware. He saw the production. He saw the setup. And you can see Creator, he's here to slow this down. Charge is being prioritized. You can see Charge is almost done at this point. And you can see that, thankfully, Creator did go for a delayed third base. He's going for safety immortals. Safety immortals are a must here. He needs as much as he can to hold. Oh. As the Cyclone is going to be zoned away. ByuN, he's gearing up. He's getting ready. And again, it's on Creator to pick off a tank, pick off Marine. And remember what we said, it was either you wait for the medevacs or you just pull the boys. And we pull the boys. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. 0 starport, 2 more Raxes, no add-ons. And it's all or nothing for ByuN. And again, Creator, he sees him move out. He's aware. He has to try to pick away this army, though. Catch a Marine here and there. Catch a tank. Oh. Grazes the army. Back at home, what do we have? We do have 1 immortal. We have a sentry. We have some force fields. Stalkers, they try to poke in. But again, ByuN is going for the kill. Zealots are coming in from behind. Not bad. Tank save yet to siege. Yet to siege up. Creator, he's catching reinforcements, picking up some Marines. Not bad. But ByuN, I believe he's within range of the Nexus. Yeah, he's within range. Oh, he will lose the tank, though. Not bad. Creator, he picks up a tank. Creator, he evacuates the base. He knows he cannot save it. Cannot save the expansion. The boys are here to repair. The boys are repairing. Creator still trying to catch reinforcements. And now he collapses in. Oh, the mass on siege. Uh-oh. ByuN on sieging at the wrong moment, at the wrong time. And the tanks should fall, but they do create a wall here. Marines, they stim well. They stim well. They shut down the Zealots. They're going for the Immortal. Immortal goes down. And the tank survives. The tank barely does survive. ByuN trying to chase down Creator. Oh, Creator, he pulls away. ByuN still rallying across the map, but he did lose most of his tanks. 3 tanks went down. Creator, he's retaking his third base. And Creator, he's holding for now. He's surviving. We'll get the tank. Not bad. Takes down the final tank, but we have another tank on the way. And you can see how overstim ByuN is. Remember, this is an all-in. Remember, there are 2 more Raxes and there's no starport. The starport now starts at 8 minutes. Insanely late starport here for ByuN. Because that every stim hurts. Like, every stim hurts. Every stim is killing ByuN. So, the stim is a resource. Like, he has to be very careful with how and when he stims. Doesn't want to waste it. Doesn't want to get baited into a stim either. From here, does back off, does rotate. From here he rotates. Does try to rotate again. ByuN, he still has to end the game. Here we go, the rest of the boys have arrived. Oh, another big stim. Yeah, brutal stim here for ByuN. The Archon gets a lot of hits off, a lot of damage. Tanks, they shut down the Stalkers. Jesus, oh my god. Forcing with a friendly fire with the Zealots. And again, the longer this goes on, the better it is for Creator. ByuN has so few SCVs, very all in. I mean, as we mentioned at the start of the game, when we saw the 3-1 setup, like it's 2 base all in. It's been 2 base all in from the beginning. And again, time is on Creator's side, just has to play it slow. Play it slow, play it safe. Just play it safe here. Getting more gateways, more immortals. Medevacs are finally arriving, but again, by the time they have, like, there's not really much to support. After pulling the boys twice, technically ByuN, he can lift his main. He can like, I guess, lift and land his main base if need be. But he needs more damage. Oh. Creator, does he have Storm? He does! He has Storm! Yo, that should be it. Like, one good Storm, and there it is. Massive Storm on the army. And how can ByuN break this? Now that there's Storm in the mix. Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. He goes to the stim. Goes to the dive. It's all or nothing. Another Storm connects, and the final Storm. And with that, Creator holds. GG gets called, and Creator, he will tie the series 1-1. We are going to game 3. We have a back and forth. We have a series. GG. We do have a series here. And again, Creator, thankfully, he was able to scout at the all-in ahead of time. If you recall, he had the Observer checking the main base, so he saw the lack of starport, he saw the 3 Vaxes, he saw Stim being researched, so he was fully aware. And initially, it was a bit of a rough hold, where he wasn't really able to slow down the army much, but I appreciate how patient Creator was. Remember, he accepted his fate. He just abandoned the third. Like, the third base, like, very quickly, he just abandoned and he pulled the workers away. He accepted the fact that the third base would go down. So he just evacuated really fast and really quick. Likewise, it was also very fortunate that he was able to catch the army unsieged. If you remember, the first big collapse on ByuN's forces was when ByuN unsieged his 4 tanks. He had 4 tanks on the ramp. He unsieged. As he unsieged, then Creator moved in. And because of that, ByuN, he missed like 1 or 2 volleys of those tanks. And that could have been game, actually. Like we saw how close that defense was. If those volleys had gone off, then maybe ByuN breaks the army earlier, faster, then it keeps going. Potentially. Regardless, a very close game, and with that, we're getting into game number 3. We have a back and forth. We have a series, and spawning in the bottom hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss, tying up the series 1-1. It is Creator. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Here we go. Whew. Okay, as ByuN has been quite aggressive so far this series. Game 1 going for the Hellion drop, of course, Hellion drop opener into the follow-up push, which should end the game. Game 2, of course, we had the 2-base all-in. Now, I don't see a 2-base all-in working here. Welcome, one and all, to Tokamak. Tokamak, I would say, is the most defensive map in the current map pool. There are larger maps like Maganatha, that is true, but here on Tokamak, your 3 and 4 base setup is more secure, just because of the terrain, just because of the choke points, the ramps, the lack of entrances here in between the bases. You can be more defensive on Tokamak. Ooh, CC first. Okay, let's go. CC first out of ByuN. CC gasless into a Rax, very greedy, but this goes along the lines of what we just said. We mentioned how this is the most defensive map, so you can cut corners and be greedy. Likewise, gate expand. So gate expand out of Creator, CC first out of ByuN. Because of this, we do expect like a 2-gate opener into a faster third. Like, we expect greedy and more economic builds from our players. We don't really expect to see our players be too safe. So it's all about that greed. Of course, this map is not as extreme as Radis's Station or as Neon Violet Square. Like, there's no pocket base or anything like that. But regardless, you know, this is kind of the macro map, if you will, or the economic map. So from here, we're settling in. And again, we're expecting a Twilight Council open out of Creator. If you wanted to be really safe, we could see a Robo, but I mentioned at the time that we don't really expect Robo play unless we're on a smaller map. Uh-oh. Hello. As Creator goes to the proxy pylon. I mean, he saw how greedy ByuN was being, and it looks like he wants to try to punish this in some way. The pylons have been thrown down. We can throw down a proxy gateway as well to reinforce across the map. Nothing too committed, but a way to warp in. And there it is. There's the gateway. So 2-gate opener out of Creator. With this, he can warp in more depths and try to punish the economy. ByuN is in the dark. Despite that, ByuN, he does abandon. He's going for, wait, what's happening? Wait, what? Wait, wait, hold on. What is happening? He abandons the low ground because one, he has no units, of course, and he got scouted. So I can see the logic behind that. He is rushing into an insanely fast eBay. That's an eBay before the second racks, before the starport. That's an insanely fast +1. What is happening? Yaku, is that you? Yeah. Oh my god. I need to send this replay to Yaku. We're going into a second racks. This feels like the beginning of a 2-base all-in. Just because insanely fast +1. Like, +1 is going to hit so quickly. Fast second racks, no starport. Bear that in mind. So from here, ByuN, he can go for a third racks. If he goes for a third racks, it's a 2-base all-in. Or he could go for a starport into a 2-1-1 variation with +1. So ByuN has options here. ByuN does have options. Meanwhile, we have mass at depth because of the early second gateway. And this army can be punished here. There's no bunker. The Marines are vulnerable. We'll see what Creator gets done. Again, 6 adepts. Yeah, Stalkers as well. He raid this. Creator, he's going for it. He's going for the kill. Going for the throws and diving on the army. And he will completely shut this down as he... Oh, the boys are being pulled. Does pull away. Cancels the shade. Does cancel. Playing it safe. Playing it slow. Tank has arrived. I thought it was going to dive on the Marines, but never mind. He does pick up some SCVs, though. Yeah, 5 SCV kills. These are still better trades for Creator, but ByuN is holding. And I'm still waiting to see. There it is. Third racks. 2-base all in. 2-base all in out of ByuN is going for the third racks. This is similar to the previous game, but different. Again, I'm still shocked by the fast +1, by the way. That's crazy. Now, there's no armory, so he can't rush into +2, but he can rush into +1 armor alongside this. And he can try to hit his timing with 1-1. He's already pushing. Jesus. He's already moving out. Or at least trying to. There it is, yeah, 1-1. So, I believe +1 armor should finish by the time... clearly by the time Sim finishes, of course, but by the time maybe combat shields, we can maybe finish 2 upgrades in the time it takes for a +1 armor to finish. We'll see. Early tank production. Add-on swap. Yeah, here comes combat shields. Here comes combat shields. Starport is on the way this time. Okay. The fact that this is Starport... I was gonna say, the fact that this is Starport tells us that maybe we're going for a longer game state, but I mean, there's no reason to rush into these upgrades unless we plan to make use of this timing. So with Metamax, this can still hit quite hard. Ooh, one attack goes down. The punish is real. Does punish. 3 stalker kills. I've been hyper fixated on what ByuN is doing because this build is so interesting to me. But back at home, Creator, he is setting up. He's getting a third base, throwing down the gateway explosion, blink into charge. I believe there's no forge. No forge here. But what I will say is that this really fast charge follow-up is designed to shut down all-ins, like tank pushes. I should emphasize, maybe not all-ins, but like tank pushes and tank committed play. So really fast charge, massive gateway explosion. Creator, he's here to slow this down. Creator, he saw the early eBay, right? So already he has a piece of the puzzle. You should never see an eBay as quickly as Creator did. So like that's already wild. And 2 more Raxes. Yeah, 2 more Raxes, no add-ons, 2-base all in. 2-base all in here from ByuN. These Raxes, they're just designed to bolster the army, to reinforce. Yeah, concussive shell on the way. Yeah, +1 or 1-1 is wrapping up just in time with combat shields and the rest of the upgrades. And here we go. ByuN, he's moving out. Is moving out. And again, behind this, he can just rally across the map. And Creator, he's trying to slow him down. Charge is complete, at least. Tanks do siege. Creator, he has to pull away. He has to respect the tanks. Observers in position. And again, he wants to try to catch his army on siege. He's going for it. He's going for the surround. Who's surround 2? Tanks are exposed. The first tank falls, massive pickup. Yeah, the tanks, they will go down. And Creator, he is shutting this down so hard. Yeah, chasing ByuN all the way back. And ByuN, he doesn't have any longevity behind this. He has no 3rd CC. Now remember, late +1, late forge. And Creator, he's committing. There are some Widow Mines. Widow Mines are setting up. Creator pushing forward. Oh! The mine connects. We have more Widow Mines on the way. Third CC now begins. This is a late third by ByuN. But he knows that the all-in, the aggression has failed. He's got his fast upgrades, but he wasn't quite fully able to make use of that. And Creator, I do like this. He backs off, gets a fourth. Like, remember, Creator is not all-in. Creator, he can just expand, get a fourth base, taking up into Storm. All Creator has to do is delay. All he has to do is, oh god, speaking of delay, he does delay the CC even further. Prism into the main. Can he force? No. Can he force a cancel? No shot. It's gonna be close. Okay, Zell say don't go for the base, they go for the army, so the base, so the CC will not be cancelled, thankfully. Whew. Otherwise, that could just be game. Jesus. As Creator, he does pull away. And again, time is on Creator's side. He just has to slow down, take a breath, get into Storm, throw down some shield batteries, and get ready for the push. Yeah, there's a cancel. Does cancel, he commits. Like ByuN, he was already committed to begin with, and after the delay, he knows that there's no transitioning out of this. There's no armory, there's no +2. He straight up just cancels for the refund, and it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing for ByuN. Does have his Liberators to help support. Storm is ready. Very nice Storm. Jesus. Very nice Storm. Clem, calm down. Takes the Storm to the face. ByuN stimming in. Do we have more Storms though? Do we have any more Storms? Not quite. And so far, Creator, he bleeds out a couple units. Nice Storm here on the Marines. Another Storm coming in. The third Storm not as solid. A little bit more lackluster. Concave in favor of Creator, taking it slow, taking his time, being patient. He's about to have one more Storm, but ByuN, he collapses in, he commits. Does commit, Zelce takes some mine shots to the face. Oof. Brutal connections, and ByuN, he's breaking through. We need a Storm. We need one. Oh god. Can we land it? Even then, it's not going to be easy. As ByuN, he is gaining ground. The army is heavily overstimmed. 2 more Liberators arrive, up to 4. We see Creator trying to catch reinforcements. That Storm lackluster. Yeah, it catches a handful of units. Not the Storm we were looking for. And ByuN, he's done it. ByuN, he breaks the expansion. He doesn't just break the base, he breaks the army. He's pushing on through. How many High Templar are left? There's 1 High Templar. There's no Storm. And the all-in is overwhelming. And the High Templar just doesn't have the energy. And oh no, it goes down. High Templar goes down. ByuN, he sims and he wins. There's too much freedom. There's too much liberation. Ay, ay, ay. Depowers the Robo. Depowers the Twilight Council. Getting into the mineral lines. Boys are being pulled. The army is overstimmed. But the boys, they can only do so much. And the Immortals, they just cannot move in. Yo, actually, if we can warp another wave of reinforcements here, Liberators are going down. The Immortals, they're banking up. But the Immortals are exposed. Yeah, they go down. 1 Immortal left. Sorry, up to 2. The juggling. The control. He warps in. Oh no. Oh my god. Brutal connection. But Creator, he's holding. He's holding on back. Let's go. Oh my god, it's still so close. Still very close, very clutch. He's got a Storm. He doesn't want to waste it. We cannot waste that Storm. Hold on to it, Pappy. Hold on to it. He's transferring over, resaturating his base. There goes the Storm. Decent connection. Ah, good. Decent connection. Bleeds out an Immortal, though. Every unit counts, but he does have his 3rd base up and running. Or I guess his 4th. It is fully operational. Creator, he's surviving. He's building up an army. ByuN rotates. No shield battery. No shield battery support. Not at the 4th base. I guess at the new 3rd. Oh, Storm does graze the army. Decent connection. Feels okay. High Templar morphing in. Going for the Archon. Does go for the Archon. We don't yet have another Storm. We need a little bit more time. Okay, there's 1 High Templar in that War Prism. He can't afford to lose that Prism. Chasing him down. Widow Mine shot is denied. Again, ByuN is overstimmed. The Medivacs are low as well. Just noticed. A well-placed Storm can take down the Bio and the Medivacs as well. And he's got 3 High Templar. Now he's got 3 High Templar in that Prism. ByuN, he lifts up the main, lands it. ByuN, yeah, he's maintaining his economy. As he does land his main, he's muling his heart out. And with these mules, I would even say that ByuN maybe has the better economy, actually. Oh, no. Oh, he's got a ghost? No shot. He got a ghost academy. He's reacting out Vikings. He's crazy. Nice EMP. EMP on the Stalkers, but not on the High Templar. That's what's important, but another ghost has arrived. He has another EMP. Another EMP is available. Now a second ghost. Technically a third. So he's up to 3 ghosts. EMP on the Stalkers once again, catches the Immortal, brutal pickup. Storm zones. There's 2 storms left. A better storm on the ByuN. No, the Prism goes down. Prism goes down. There's no more juggling. There's 1 storm left. Do we spend on the army or the SCVs? Goes to the army. Nicely done. Ah, but not enough. Not enough. ByuN, he stims in. He stims in. He breaks through the Zealots, breaks through the Stalkers. It will cost him every single SCV. But ByuN holds. ByuN, he shuts down the army. Creator, he plummets in supply. But it cost him 23 SCVs. I mean, he was all in to begin with, but now he can't sustain this all in. ByuN, he keeps going. Keeps going. Turns around with a handful of units. He's going for the 3rd base. Creator, he's exposed. Does have a storm there. The EP! Oh my god. The storm's the ghost. GG gets called, and ByuN, he does it. He breaks Creator, and ByuN will take a 2-1 lead in the series. Whew, GG, a very intense game, very intense, very clutch. Again, ByuN going for a wild build, rushing into an insanely fast eBay into insanely fast +1. That was crazy. So fast +1 into fast 1-1. It was a 1-1 timing. If you remember, Creator had a stronger start. Creator, he shut down the 1-1 timing. He shut down the initial all-in. Remember, he was able to catch both tanks unsieged and force ByuN all the way back. Creator, he was in a better position, but unfortunately, it was the second wave, the second all-in from ByuN when he canceled the CC. Of course, Creator didn't see that the CC was cancelled. He knew that it was on the way, so he probably thought he was safer than he was. Because that, no shield batteries, 0 shield batteries at the 3rd base. Creator, he was underprepared at the 3rd, and ByuN, he was able to break through with his Liberators, with his 4 Liberators, with his Bio Army, barely broke through. And it was still close despite that. It was still very close, still very back and forth, but GG, well played. ByuN takes a lead, and now we're getting into game number 4. Those lives did so much damage. They did. They didn't just do a lot of damage, but they also like forced Creator back. Like it meant that Creator, he had a really hard time pushing in. Like he had to be more tentative. He had to be more careful with his army. Like he couldn't commit as hard because the Liberators were just bullying the ground army as well. It was insane what they achieved. And again, Creator, he didn't see that the 3rd CC was cancelled, right? He didn't know just how all-in ByuN was in that moment. Whew. Oh boy. With that, we're now getting ready for our next game. We're getting ready for game number 4. Oh boy. That was crazy. Getting ready for game 4. Go. Looks like the players are just asking for a moment, which is understandable. They're asking for a moment to catch a breath. If ByuN takes this series, then I will 100% ask him about that fast eBay game. Here we go. Here we go. As it looks like our next game is going to be on Maganatha, the largest map in the new map pool. Let's go. Let us go. But ByuN often seems like on the edge of his seat. Yeah, for sure, for sure. He's very, very dedicated, very committed to his play. It's crazy. But it is understandable the players are asking for a moment, especially after that last game, because it was so intense. Both players are like, whew, they're like, we need to take a breath, need to calm down, settle in. Let's go. Oh god. Here we go. But we do need a moment here to set things up. And we'll be getting into this. I'm not privy to the vetoes and to where this series is going to lead us. So I just know that game 4 is Maganatha. We could go to the ace match. I'm hoping for the ace match. I'm hoping for game 5. But we'll see. Last chance. As I may as well set things up here. I'm just setting things up for the GSL cast. Getting the matches ready. Reggie. We have Rogue versus Shin. Yo, we got a ZVZ. Let's go. Yeah, after this broadcast, we're going to be featuring Rogue, Shin, Trigger as well. Let's go. I know Trigger, of course, he's in Korea. Has been there for quite some time at this point, and has been there for over half a year. Over half a year. And we're going to be featuring SOS as well. Jesus. So we're just setting up the matches while we can, since we do have some downtime. Otherwise, hope you've all been enjoying yourselves. So beautiful. It is going to be 4 best of 3s. 4 best of 3s after this finals. So just send that up. Otherwise, whew, again, our players, they asked for a 10-minute break, so they asked for 10 minutes, and I think they came back after 5. So, which again, after an intense game like that, like hearts must be pumping. They need a moment. Whew. And here we go. Our players are back, and we are getting to our next game, potentially the final game of the series. Again, I'm hoping for the ace match, but the pressure is on the Protoss, and here we go. Spawning in the top left hand corner of Maganatha, we have the South Korean Terran player. The red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion, leading the series 2-1. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss player himself. We have the South Korean Protoss down in the series, looking to fight back, looking to force the ace match. It is Creator. Here we go. Whew, and again, welcome on all to Magnatha. Magnatha is the largest map in the map. You do not get larger than Magnatha. It's big, it's huge, and it allows for longer macro games as well. It is not as defendable as some of the other maps though. What I mean by that, as you can see, compared to Tokamak, there are no rocks here. There are no rocks in between the bases, so there is an attack path right into the natural. There's also, of course, the linear third base on the left hand side and the triangular third base on the right hand side as well. And as you can see, they are more spread out. They're more isolated than the previous maps. Likewise, the 5th and the 6th base as well. So the map is larger, that is true, longer rush distance by ground, but there's also more distance in between your bases. Likewise, there are there are a lot of attack paths as well. Into the third, in between the third and into the fourth, in between the fourth and third base, into the third base, into the natural, in between. There's just attack paths all over the place as well. So turtling on this map is more difficult, which we appreciate. Again, that's typically how the modern maps are. A lot of the modern maps, if the map is large, then it should be more accessible. If the map is small, then it should be more defendable. Just to kind of balance that out. It's often how things go. Not always, but often. Creative being as annoying as possible. One side SCV. Once the SCV pulls away. Likewise, we have ByuN setting up on the high ground with his own Ranks Expand economic opener into the delayed factory. Again, to be expected. And we'll see how Creator will approach this. Now, based on the map, we do expect 2-gate blink, like 2-gate blink into a fast third. That would make the most sense here. Creator could try to be more aggressive and try to go for a proxy at some point. That is true. Could try to double down. We saw that last game with a proxy. ByuN does move out. He does move out across the map. Likewise, how many gates so far? 2. So far, a 2-gate setup. Hellion does rush into the main, and the Hellion will get eyes on at least behind the mineral line. Oh, takes out one probe. One probe goes down. I believe ByuN, he doesn't quite get eyes on the tech. He does see the 2-gate setup at least, so he has an idea of what's going on. Just an idea. Likewise, waiting for that first medevac, going for a committed marine drop. Marines, they move out. Widowmine stays back. And we'll see what ByuN can get done. As ByuN does boost in. Does boost into the bases. For now, pulling back. Is deflected. Creator, he does maintain himself. Does maintain the main. And it was 2-gate blink into a third. Again, economic opener. We did expect this out of Creator. Especially on a larger map. But ByuN being cheeky. Setting up behind the mineral line. Tosses it behind, takes down a Stalker. Not bad, takes down a Stalker. Picks up a Stalker. Meanwhile, Liberator follow up here out of ByuN, headed towards the main. Ooh, Adept does threaten the shade, doesn't commit. Doesn't quite commit in. Liberator making its way towards that main. And ByuN breaks out. Now, this is going to be an earlier push. This is very ByuN. We talk about this all the time. It's only just now happening in the series, but ByuN is pushing pre-Stim. Stim only just began, so the main DPS in this army, the main threat, are the tanks, not the Marines. The Marines are hit a buffer, and if ByuN can get within range of the Nexus, these tanks, they can pop up. Last night's force fields, locking down the Marines, and Marines are cleaned up, and ByuN is forced to siege early on. Force siege behind the ramp. Oof, tank boy is going up on the Immortal. The Immortal taking a lot of hits. Oh no! That Immortal is almost going down. Yeah, brutal trades here from Creator. Does barely keep it alive. Getting within range of that shield battery. And Creator, he should have enough here. Blink is done. He goes to the dive. He gets one. Takes out one tank. Gets one. He's gonna get. Oh no, he's not. No. Oh god, this is brutal though. He will lose almost every single Stalker. Ay, ay, ay. I'm afraid to look. That was six Stalkers going down. 2 sentries, the Zealots. At least Creator, he does hold, he does survive. But not the cleanest trade. The cleanest trade. As ByuN falls back, now we have Stim. Now we have Combat Shields +1. Third CC on location. For the first time in a long time, for the first time since Game 1, ByuN is expanding. ByuN, he was not all in. It was committed, don't get me wrong. But it was worth it, and ByuN is going to be taking its third base behind this. Building up. When he does commit, he does move out. That's ByuN looking for another way in. Sieging up his mines. At least Creator, he does have the concave in his favor. He does hold line. Oh, mine shot goes off. But Creator, he should hold. Again, he's got his 2 Immortals. He's got Zealot reinforcements. And ByuN is deflected. Again, there's no real pushing power here for ByuN. He's just poking in, trading whatever he can. Creator, he defends his 4th base, behind this building up towards more Colossus. And Creator is looking to try to slow the game down, build up his forces, get into a 4-base economy, and look to max out. ByuN at this point, he also building up as well. Yeah, we have to get ready for the further tech. He's going into Vikings and into Ghost production. So for the first time this series, we can actually get a macro game. I mean, including Game 1 on Ultra Love ended very quickly and very abruptly, right? Like, it was a very aggressive Game 1, and of course, non-stop all-ins in Game 2 and Game 3. But here in Game 4, thanks to the size of the map, we can embrace some macro. We can embrace a 4-base economy. So the game is slowing down. ByuN is still being active, that is true, but especially with the Colossus arriving, I don't really see ByuN breaking Creator. He scans, he sees the Colossus. And ByuN pulls away. Does pull away. From here, Creator can expand. Yep, getting a 5th. So Creator is getting a 5th expansion. Behind this, we should be seeing a 2nd Robo momentarily to get into Disruptors. Actually going for Temple Archives first before Disruptors. Interesting, with this going to Storm. So it looks to be Colossus into Storm. We'll keep an eye on Creator. Second Forge on the way for double upgrades. Creator, he will soon max out. and Creator, he will gain map control, and from here we will enter a dynamic that's quite common in PvT, where the Protoss player will be mass expanding and the Protoss player will have map control, and the Terran player is going to be stuck at home defending. And as you can see, we spoke about how isolated and how far away these bases are. It's going to be difficult for ByuN to keep up with these rotations. It's going to be difficult. Zealot run by on the way, on the right hand side. Creator moving in. Creator is still only on one robot, which is still a concern to me. But he's fine. He takes down the Widow Mines. Zealot run by into the mineral line, but last ByuN is in position. ByuN holds. Mass Viking is coming in. He's got 8 Vikings. That should be enough. But the Bio Army is still lacking. Vikings, they look to engage. Oh. Going for the Colossus. CC is denied. Not bad. CC is cancelled. That's all the Creator needed. Behind the 7 SCV kills. Still just the one robo, which is still concerning to me, but it'll be fine. Was that a kill? I assume. Oh, never mind. I didn't assume it was a cancel. That was a kill. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That is brutal. The ghosts are exposed. Ghosts are going down. Yeah, they're the first to be targeted, losing 1, 2, 3 ghosts. There's 1 ghost left. Oh. But that was a kill. Which is that much more brutal. And ByuN is being outscaled. At this point, ByuN is being outscaled. Creator, he is near max. Now we see the second robo. Now, whew, I can breathe easy. The scary thing about being on a low robo count is that one bad fight can spell the end to a Protoss player, especially if they don't have the production to rebuild and to replace. So second robo is on the way. Disruptors now amassing. Creator taking top right. And ByuN is struggling. He has a comparable army, but the economy here is what's lacking. Never goes up. Up! Ooh, massive connection. Takes down a good chunk of Marines. Ooh, more Marines as well. Marauder take a lot of hits. 1 disruptor goes down. So far, this is a better trade for Creator. From here, Creator, he can literally take every other base on the map. He has the money for it. Gonna be collapsing in. Once again, going for the Ghost Vikings. They shut down the first Colossus. Finally, he gets 1, he gets 2. But ByuN is being overwhelmed. Creator, he has enough. He breaks on past. Getting on top of the player, getting on top of the reinforcements. And we're going to the ace match. We're going to game 5. We're going the distance, Pappy. Let's go. 11 SCV kills. GG gets called, and Creator will take the game, and we will force the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, a much more comfortable game for Creator. Typically, that is how these larger maps go. I'm referring to maps like Maganatha, maps like Tokamak, and there's another map, Incorporeal. That's it, Incorporeal as well. These 3 maps that I mentioned specifically in this matchup, they do favor, because of how large they are, because of how defensive they are at times, they do favor a Protoss player being more defensive and building up and maxing out and getting up to a 4-base economy. Again, these are kind of the best maps where you can do this on. And Creator, he snowballed out of control. Did snowball out of control. Alas, ByuN's more aggressive style and aggressive tendencies are less effective on these larger maps. So with that, Creator does force the ace match. Speaking of larger maps, that's not where we're headed. Where's the ace match? Persephone. Persephone is coming up next. This is one of the smaller maps in the map pool, a very aggressive map as well. This is where I now have to lean towards ByuN. I was talking about some of these larger maps like Maganatha, Tokamak, Incorporeal as well. This is where I would favor Creator when it comes to getting into that kind of game state and maxing out. When it comes to these early game aggressions, when it comes to these all-ins, Persephone will lean towards ByuN. Hope ByuN can lead into that here. He can lean into the all-ins again, and we'll see if he will, as spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss fighting back, tying up the series and forcing the ace match. Can he go the distance? Can he win and become our champion? As I don't think the Creator has actually taken a win or been a PiGosaur Monday champion before. I'll have to double check that, but it is Creator. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Here we go. Just checking the history here of the PiGosaur Mondays. I know that ByuN has won plenty of these in the past, but double checking, and yeah, it looks like Creator, he has never won a PiGosaur Cup, whether it's Stego Monday or Saurus Cup, not in the hands of Creator yet, and he's close to taking his first win. Let's go. Let's go. We are settling into our game. Ooh, okay, we do have an economic open out of ByuN. ByuN going ranks into CC on the low ground. Creator, he's here to block the command center and to be as annoying as possible. He's here to delay. Second SCV comes down and the CC is forced off center. So pretty nice damage here from Creator. Will delay the expansion. Behind this, Creator going for his own standard setup. Gate Cyber Expand. And again, welcome one and all to Persephone. Persephone here, the rush distance or the attack path is very direct from one side to the other. Likewise, unlike the previous maps, I mean, we do have a lot of attack paths here as well to rotate between the natural, the third, and the fourth base as well. There are some choke points that you can use defensively to try to defend and try to turtle on 3 and 4 bases. But again, the rush distance is going to hurt the defending player more so than not. Dips in. Dips into the bases, is going to be forced back, and now we have seen ByuN be hyper aggressive plenty of times this series already with non-stop 2 base all-ins, but for the first time on a smaller map, we have a Rax expand into 1-1-1. Again, early signs of all-ins are typically when the starport is delayed, right? When you go for a fast second and a faster third Rax as well. But here we have a straight up 1-1-1 and going for a drop play. This is looking pretty standard. Okay. You have my attention. Creator confirms. He confirms the starport, he confirms the 1-1-1, he confirms the add-ons as well. We have reactive marine production, we have the, I mean, could be Hellion on the way, but it's going to be the Widowmine. The Hellion has already arrived. Hellion moving out. Bearing in mind that ByuN, he did actually not skip the Reaper, so he was able to get some scouting information. He has yet to confirm the tech of choice. So here we go. So we are setting up. So we have the Marine drop alongside the Widowmine into the main. We have the Reaper Hellion on the right-hand side towards the natural. We'll see what ByuN can get done. From the side of Creator is going for his Robo on 2 bases. So 2 gate opener into Blink, into Twilight Council, into a Robo before expanding. Third base is delayed. Now he's going for his gas. Now claiming the third. And this usually means earlier Robo production. And then earlier Bay. We'll keep an eye on Creator. As the Reaper slips in. Busts into the main. Gets 2 pro kills already. It's cleaned up. Here we go. Now, once again, ByuN, he may decide to push pre-stim. I'm not too fond of the idea. I don't think he really has many Marines to work with. So yeah, he's taking a defensive stance. Sets up defensively. Got his tanks. Got his bio. And again, for the first time this series, we have a standard game. We have a standard game. Like, even Maganatha had its own quirks to it when it came to ByuN's early push with his 2 tanks. But here, there is no early push. We're just calming down. No rush, 8 minutes. Which doesn't sound like a long time, but in Legacy of the Void, that's me. That's crazy. Ooh, as here we go. Upgrades are kicking in. We have Charge, we have +1. Prism is on the way, so Creator, he's going to be the first to move out. Now, I don't think Creator plans on breaking his opponents, but he should be planning on containing ByuN. Meanwhile, Medevac is on the way. Creator, he sees a Medevac. The Observer sees everything here. And you can see Creator looking to intercept. ByuN, he doesn't know he's been seen. Uh-oh. Creator moving in. At the same time, ByuN, he pushes on the right-hand side. Setting up his army. Stim is almost done. And here we go. ByuN pushing in from both ends. Creator setting up on the right-hand side as well. Here comes the drop. Creator, he responds. Shuts him down. Ooh, full Medevac goes down. Massive pickup. Here comes a recall. Does recall over. Spots the main army. And ByuN retreats. ByuN pulls away for a moment. Creator looking solid. ByuN now expanding, getting his 3rd CC. And likewise, Creator should be doing the same, getting his 4th. Yeah, 4th base is on the way. Here comes the Bay, that's going to be for Colossus production. And it has been a tense couple of minutes here, but we are building up into 4th bases. There's a 4th Nexus, there's a 3rd CC. So we're taking that next step. Getting into the mid-game. There was some posturing, there was attempted drop play, everything was deflected. Things are still very tense and very close between the two players. No major advantage yet from either side. Of course, something that could factor in, of course, we have the healing pad. We have the healing pad in the center. We have the goal base on the right-hand side as well. We have the massive amount of speed zones to go up and down the alleyway on the right. And these do come into play as the game progresses, as we get into a mid to late game. As the goal base can be a 5th base for Creator. We're bringing more Zealots. ByuN moving in. Oh. Going for the Prism. Prism does survive. Creator goes to the Link. He gets one of the Medevac. He gets one. He gets... Oh, not quite two. And nice target firing there out of ByuN. Does focus down a couple of Stalkers. Bleeds out another one of those Medevacs. And there's no shot. ByuN holds onto this base. No shot. The army's out of position. ByuN, yeah, he shouldn't try to save this. Still on the right hand side. There's a cancel. Cancel this time, not a kill. Ooh, oh, the friendly fire. Oh my god, 11 SCVs. 11 SCVs go down. That was purely off of the Zealot's friendly fire, by the way. That was crazy. These 3 tanks, they have to calm down. Oh my god. In the blink of an eye, bam! 11 SCV kills. Jesus. With that, Creator getting a 5th expansion, going for the center base for now, not going for the gold yet. Setting up a Zealot round by. Second rover is on the way. That'll be for double disruptor production. So far, 3 Colossus. The first disruptor is on the way. Classic. Creator poking in. Now, Creator, he does not have to break this position. Right now, Creator, he's looking fine. He's on 5 bases. Really, what should trigger Creator is whenever ByuN attempts to expand. 4th base. Whenever ByuN attempts to take a 4th base, that should be the sign here for Creator to commit. Otherwise, he can play it slow. I mean, Creator's max. True, he's maxed out. He wants to go for it. But he's pushing into 3 tanks, pushing into a choke point. It's not easy to engage. EP pops off. There's that 4th command center in the main base of ByuN. Creator going for the gold. ByuN breaks out. Does break out. He gets spotted. ByuN now taking a 4th. This should be when Creator pushes in. Likewise, you could argue that Creator could have knocked down these. Okay, being knocked down now. Creator now being active. Dark Shrine is on the way. Storm +1 air attack. Getting ready for a Sky Toss transition. But I'm not too fond of the idea of Creator just allowing the 4th base to get up and running like this. Remember, the tanks are out of position. Like, in this kind of position here, in this kind of setup, the 4th base is more exposed. Creator can take a better fight. But he's being more passive. He's being more passive, being more tentative. Oh, nose going up. Not bad. Taking down one of the ghosts. He gets 1. He gets 2. 2 ghosts go down. Vikings on the chase. Another Nova going up. Oh, getting 4 ghosts in total. Ay, ay, ay. 4 ghosts going down. There's 1 ghost left. Oh, sorry, 2 ghosts left. High value Novas there out of Creator. He pulls back home. I also love that Creator, he didn't actually push with his Colossus. He kept them further back. So despite the massive Viking dive, there was nothing to kill. The Colossus, they were safe. They were safe further back here at the base. They were in no danger. As ByuN is teching, now that he's got his 4th base up running, he can afford his Sky Terran transition into Liberators. We have Liberator range on the way, plus 2 ship weapons. Liberation is going to be his ideal. Creator is focusing on his bank. Colossus once again have to pull away. First Colossus goes down, massive pickup. Vikings, they get 1. Nice storm. So it graces the army. Another massive storm, my god! Storm on the ByuN, storm on the Vikings. A bit of a panic storm towards the end. At the same time, DTs, they get into the bases. Nothing major, getting 5 SCVs so far. Catching up 5 SCVs. And the Creator should be mass expanding. Should be taking bottom left, even top right as well. Should look to take all the bases. Oh, EMP's going up. Decent connections. Novas, they pick up a couple of key units. Likewise, again, taking the fight out in the open. This is more ideal for Creator. Yeah, he smells blood in the water. He's going for the engage. Goes for the dive. Takes down the Liberator. Ooh, takes down another ghost. But Liberation. There's so many more Liberators here coming in. Creator has to pull away. Has to retreat. And ByuN, most important thing, he secures a 5th. This is huge. This entire game state, the win condition for Creator is containing the Terran, delaying the 4th and delaying the 5th base, but the 5th base is going by uncontested. Snipe goes off. Like, there's a lot of pressure here on Creator to break this expansion. And he has, again, it's more wide open. It's easier to engage. Leading out some Stalkers. The base isn't up and running yet. As we're whipping in a lot of Stalkers here. very Stalker heavy composition. I mean, the Liberators, it makes sense for now at least, but not ideal. Tanks, they're popping up. 1, 2 of them going down. Yeah, but a very awkward engage here from Creator. Does zone with the Storm. Jetting back over. Nice EMP. EMP does shut down the, or does blanket the army. And it's just a really chaotic state here for Creator. We're getting more Zealots. He has a very low disruptor count. He has 1 disruptor, 1 Eye Templar, 1 Colossus. Nova doesn't quite connect. Yeah, the army here just isn't really working out. So second Colossus has arrived. Collapsing on some of the ByuN. There are no Vikings, true. Colossus, they can trade well. We have 2 more Colossus on the way, but now ByuN, he restarts his Viking count. Going back into his Vikings, the base is getting fully saturated. Yeah, ByuN is getting out of hand. He's getting out of control. Like, securing this 5th base was the win condition for ByuN. If he can get the 5th, then it's over, and he took it. He took the 5th base, Massive Storm on the army. The goal base is crumbling. And Creator, there's just nothing really here. But he can't stop this. You can see he's now switching into a fleet beacon, but this was necessary earlier. Like, if he wanted to go for the switch, it feels too late for that. Likewise, ByuN stimming on forward. Takes down 14 probes. That's Creator trying to push in. Trying to commit, but into liberation zones. Nova's better connections. Did they speed through those speed zones? Damn. That was terrifying. See that Nova zoom past the screen. But that's ByuN's max. ByuN's maxed out, and Creator, he has no bank. He has no bank. He lost his bases, lost his economy. Creator now down in workers. Mass EMP to make sure there's no recall. And from here, Creator is falling apart. And again, Creator, he was in a decent position here, especially when he was containing ByuN on 3 bases, but ByuN, he got his 4th base uncontested, his 5th base as well. Ideally, as a Protoss player, you want to be making your opponent fight for it, right? You want to fight for the 4th, fight for the 5th. You want to trade and make use of your bank, a bank that once Creator had. But it did feel like Creator was too passive. He was just a little bit too passive here. He wasn't able to threaten the bases. Here, catching reinforcements, not bad, but here comes ByuN. ByuN, he races back home. He's got his Ghost, he's got his Marauders, his Mass Medevac. GG gets called. ByuN will overwhelm, and ByuN will take the series at 3-2, becoming this week's PiGosaur champion. GG. GG, well played. With that, ByuN, he will claim the series. An impressive comeback here, and a shout to Creator because, hey, we went all the way to the ace match. We went all the way to the ace match, all the way to game 5, all the way to that final game on Persephone. And again, Creator, he did have a good position in this map as well, as we were mentioning, as the chat is catching up as well. As we mentioned, like, typically when you're in a position here in a PvT, when you're going into the late game as a Protoss player, you do want to, like, your goal, your win condition is to mass expand, which Creator was doing, but is to also delay the expansions of your opponents and make them fight for it. And you won't kill your opponents, you won't necessarily win these fights, but you have the resources, right? You have that mineral bank specifically. So you want to engage, you want to fight, you want to trade. Once you lose your zealots, you back off, keep warping in, right? You keep warping in, you keep reinforcing, and you trade out some of your resources here to delay your opponents, and that hurts your opponent more, as you have all these other bases, and you have the gold base as well, right, behind it. Unfortunately, it felt like Creator got a little bit too comfortable. Once the 4th base was taken by ByuN, Creator, he was teching, which was fine. He was getting a Dark Shrine, he was getting +1 air attack, he was throwing down, I want to say, another Stargate and getting another expansion, but again, he was being a little bit tentative with his army, and he got a little bit too complacent, and with that, ByuN got out of control. He got out of control. Right after he secured his 4th, he took his 5th. Like, that 5th base was so fast for ByuN, for him to secure that location, and And by the time he got into that 5th base, like Creator just couldn't stop him. GG well played. There was some nice fights with Creator is what I will say. Like if you recall, when it came to his Storms, when it came to his Novas as well, he was taking some good fights in the center of the map, but he wasn't stopping the economy. GG well played. With that, congratulations. ByuN will claim the series, and with that we have our champion. Congratulations to ByuN. A shout to Creator. Again, Creator, he has yet to win a PiGosaur Cup, but he came close. He came very close, and I think we can all see a world where Creator would have won that series as well, like 100%. Especially like winding it back to, yo, I'm still thinking about Tokamak. Like Tokamak is living rent free in my mind. I'm referring to the map where ByuN went for the all-in. The all-in got crushed, and then he went for the second 2-base all-in. Went for the second 2-base all-in with those 4 liberators. I'm still thinking of those 4 liberators. Not gonna lie, like the entire time, I'm like, yo, that Creator, he was so close to defending, to taking that game, and if he had maybe a different outcome, maybe, you know, a different kind of setup here. GG. Freedom reigns from above. It does. A lot of freedom. Oh. How fast are those balls? They were insane. Oh god. Yo, seeing a Nova coming at your face through speed zones, that's a new kind of fear. Let me tell you. But yeah, with that GG. No Tempest, no carries. Yeah, I think it's fine that he wasn't really switching into that Sky Toss yet. He didn't really have the gas income for that sort of thing, but regardless, GG well played. With that, congratulations to ByuN, and with that we are wrapping up our initial broadcast of the day. But we are not done. We are not done. Nowhere close, as we are setting up here for the rest of our schedule. As you can see, we are here Wednesday morning. We just wrapped up with the PiGosaur Cup. And as you can see, we actually have a kind of a split here to cover another event. The GSL qualifiers. Yesterday we were live the entire day casting GSL qualifying matches. There are just so many matches, 16 best of 3s, and we have gone through 12. We have gone through 12 of them. We have 4 best of 3s remaining, and we do plan on going on a bit of a break here and then coming back and wrapping up those final GSL qualifying matches before GSL begins. For those that are curious, GSL proper, the GSL group stage, does begin later on today. Checking the schedule in 5.5 hours. In 5.5 hours, GSL will begin, so we do hope to wrap up all the qualifying matches before then. 4 best of 3s, they shouldn't take that long. So we're gonna go on a break. We're gonna go on an extended break. I say 10-minute break. Like 10-minute break. I have to set up all the overlays. Likewise, gonna get some water and take a breath, as we just finished a 4-hour cast. So gonna take a breath, take a moment, take 10 minutes, and then we'll be back with some more StarCraft with the GSL qualifiers. Let's go. Who are we gonna be featuring? We're gonna be featuring players like Rogue, Shin, Trigger, SOS, Nightmare, and Bunny. Let's go. We didn't get to cast any Zerg today, so I appreciate that we get to cast at least some Shin, because we casted no Zerg. With that GG well played. Also, if you want to help support this tournament, you can do so. Also, help support the Cranky Ducklings, you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat, and you'll get a link to our Patreon page. You can help support us there. 100% of the money on Patreon goes towards our tournaments. Goes towards Sea Duckling Open, Macedon Open, and Sparkling Tuna Cup as well. We host 3 events on a regular basis, and all that money goes towards the players as well. We don't take a cut, not at all. All goes towards the players and the prize pool, so you can help support the scene and help support the players via Patreon if you wish. Otherwise, thank you for watching. We're going to be going on that 10-minute break, and when we come back, bam, we'll have those GSL qualifiers. See you soon after the break. See you soon. Bye. See you soon.